10 weirdest toys from around the world. If you walk into a toy store right now,
first the toy sounded like a cheetah that was getting a whooping.
Then the hand moved up and down.
you'll probably find lots of toys for your little one. Good ones, we might add. But toy companies don't always get it right. From crying dolls to Adolf Hitler action figures, they've made some questionable toys. In today's video, we'll be talking about the 10 weirdest toys from around the world. Before starting, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. With that done, let's begin. Number 1, Pet Rock. There have been a lot of crazy toy ideas so far, but this one definitely has to take the cake. One particular advertising executive, Gary Dahl, thought that they could dupe the mass public into buying rocks for toys. I mean, come on. Our parents may not have been too keen on letting us keep pets, which led to most kids adopting all sorts of non-living things as their pets. We've not spent money on making pet dogs out of a card box, but this company managed to make money by selling people pet rocks. They collected rocks from Mexico's Rosarito Beach and boxed them off for sale. There were even breathing holes for the poor soul in a cardboard box. The box also had straw beds to keep them comfy. The crazy part is that the company ended up making $1 million before people lost interest and threw out the rocks back on the street. Number 2, Adolf Hitler action figure. There have been a lot of questionable action figures made, but Adolf Hitler as a toy raises the most questions. Why would you let your kid play with one? How do you explain to them who the guy with the mustache is? They'd probably end up drawing the swastika around the house, which is no way you want to raise a kid. You don't want them to join the KKK when they grow up. Give them a Nelson Mandela doll or Oprah, much better role models. The company even made Heinrich Himmler and Hermann Göring go along with the Hitler doll. A word of advice, don't buy your kid any of these, just don't. Number 3, the Pregnant Barbie. There have been lots of versions of the Barbie doll. Barbie as a doctor, Barbie as a farmer. We have seen them all, but a pregnant Barbie poses many questions. Toys are meant to teach kids about real life, but a pregnant Barbie seems like an early life lesson. The Barbie came complete with a baby bump and then a baby. There was even a set to care for the baby. You could buy your kids one of these if you want, but be ready to answer questions like, where do babies come from? That one is always the hardest. And with the baby bump in front of them, you can't tell the usual pigeon story. Better to leave this can of worms for later. Number 4, Mutant Rabbit. We've all wanted a pet rabbit as a kid. They're the cutest, fluffiest animals on the planet. Unfortunately, most of our parents don't agree to buy one. They blew us off by buying us stuffed rabbit dolls. It's hardly a good deal, but we had to make a deal. One company out there thinks they can meet kids' rabbit needs with their Mutant Rabbit doll. Yep, you heard that right. Instead of a normal doll, they want kids to cuddle with a mutant rabbit version, one that has 4 arms and 3 ears. We could say that the rabbit offers some sort of representation for the furry community, but there are hardly any mutant rabbits in nature or in fiction, which leaves us scratching our heads. Why make a mutant rabbit in the first place? Maybe there's one in the X-Men universe, we don't know. Number 5, Lil Shitz. We hardly think any kid wants a toy that has anything to do with excrement. It might be good for a laugh or two at first, but we're sure it's going to gross out most people after a while. Still, one toy company out there thought it would be good to introduce Lil Shitz into the market. Lil Shitz is basically a poop doll. It's got eyes and a nose and a mouth to go along with it. We would probably let the monstrosity slide, but the smell makes it a hard pass. If you think that wasn't disturbing enough, wait till you find out that the Etsy-based creator sculpts each one. So no 2 dolls are the same, meaning you can buy all of them and have a unique collection. Just know that you'll be a weirdo if you do so. No one thinks of having a collection of poop dolls is cool in any way. Number 6, Tuttuki Bako Digital Pet. Here's another substitute for one when your parents refuse to get you a pet. This one is like being trapped in a box. Tuttuki Bako is a virtual game made by Bandai in 2008. The cubic handheld box allowed kids to imagine what it would feel like to have a pet. If you think you would be staring at only the image of a dog, you're wrong. You can pet it too. All you have to do is poke your finger through the hole on the side of the box. The interesting bit is that the dog responds. It definitely makes for a fun playtime, but how long before your kid gets bored or finds it weird? Number 7, Golden Girls action figure. We honestly could not tell you if any kids were watching Golden Girls. Still, someone from a toy company thought it would be a good idea to make a Golden Girl action figure. The worst part, they did an awful job at it. For starters, Bea Arthur looks like Harvey Feinstein in a kimono. Estelle Getty looks like she was hit by a bus. Betty Rose has a facial expression that does not look like the stars at all. And let's not get started on McClanahan's Blanche. She had an entire middle torso missing. Overall, this is a really bad job. We don't think the toy designer is really tired here. Safe to say no kid wanted to open these for Christmas. Number 8, hand squirrel puppet. The idea of a hand squirrel puppet sounds nice, but the jury's out on this one. This one is from Akilo. Instead of going for the usual hand puppet, the toy company decided to change things up a bit. Not the best idea though. The entire consists of 5 smaller puppets, 1 that made the head and 4 that made the paws. In their head, it probably looks like a cool and never done before idea, but the execution showed just how bad of an idea it was. The puppy, when put together, looked less like a squirrel and more like a dismembered boy. The head and paws were floating around, which did little to sell the image of a squirrel. All in all, no one's whipping out this bad boy for playtime unless your kid is into dismembered puppets. In that case, yikes. Number 9, Yume-chan. Speaking of questionable dolls, Yume-chan is perhaps the weirdest of them all. Dolls usually smile since toy companies want to send kids a good message. You know to be happy and enjoy life, but the Yume-chan is a doll that cries. Yeah, you heard it right. You take a syringe, fill it with water, and inject the doll with it. She automatically starts crying. We don't know what kind of kid gets joy from seeing a doll cry. Only the sickest and most twisted ones were sure. You definitely don't want your kid to turn out to be a psychopath, so don't buy them this. Number 10, sewable doll. Adding another creepy doll to the list, we have this sewable doll. It's an amputee doll that your kid gets to sew back together. Definitely something out of a horror movie. Why did the toy company think it would make for a fun playtime? Not to mention the dangers that come with letting kids handle needles. What if they decide to use them on themselves? Maybe the sewing kit might make a tailor out of your kid, or they might want to sew together people in real life. They'd study hard for med school in that case, which is undoubtedly the best outcome. Or things could go sideways, and they could become a total nut job. It's a gamble, so take your own risk. All in all, it's just another doll that you don't want to add to your kid's collection. And that's a wrap for this video. Which of these toys did you find the weirdest? Would you buy one of these for shits and giggles? Let us know in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Bye now.